Hey, I got a really interesting beer here. It's Lion Stout, a true foreign export stout. Um, this is from Sri Lanka. It says right on there. And I've had this once from a bottle, like probably 10 years ago, and then I feel like I hadn't seen this for years. And now there are these 4-pack cans, and they're, yeah, these big cans. It was like only $10 or something. I was trying to do some research about the cans, get any info, but there's not really much info. I found some info about bottles. I think it was like a British website where they have a 4-pack 8% bottles. This is 8.8. Not sure what the deal is, but then they said those bottles were bottle conditioned, naturally carbonated. This one definitely isn't. But for a real strong stout, you basically call it an imperial stout. Maybe it's a little different. Really good deal, and just kind of a weird beer to exist in the world where like there's all stouts in America are basically craft stouts, except for Guinness, and not super duper cheap. I guess $10 a 4-pack isn't super cheap, but for a beer that's this strong and coming from the other side of the world, so the head doesn't look too great. Bubbles are popping real fast. I don't know if I can have you hear that. And I'm using my new Spiegelau stout glass, specially designed by, who is it? It was I don't think it was Bell's. Left Hand. I think Left Hand and the Germans designed this, and it was made in the Czech Republic. Seems like a lot of glass is made in the Czech Republic. And there you go. I guess it's slightly different from the IPA Spiegelau glass. And maybe this just isn't quite as roasty and bitter as a Russian Imperial Stout. It actually smells a little bit sweet, chocolate syrupy, mocha. There isn't a lot of big char. A little bit of a toasted marshmallow thing. Just a hint of a cola, maybe, sort of note. But it's not all dried fruit. There's some nice chocolatey notes, which I like. And the body is kind of light, and the carbonation is kind of, it's a little bubbly, but it's not harsh. But I think actually, I said foreign extra stout. A lot of people call this style a tropical stout because obviously Sri Lanka is tropical, and I think it was like the influence of exported stouts from England. Then brewers there started making their own sort of version, and it seems like they just make them a little bit sweeter. It's lower in bitterness and char. There's a little bit of a woody, smoky ash thing coming in a little bit, but it's supposed to be the kind of big dark beer that is drinkable in the tropics. Yeah, it's only like a medium body. I wonder if that ashy note is coming out a little bit more because it's like maybe a little oxidized. The best by date is September 2024, so that's a long ways from now. And I bought this the second I saw it show up on shelves, and it's been in my fridge ever since for like a month or 2 months or something. And besides that, like, kind of weird finish, it's pretty good. I wish that the carbonation feel were a little less sort of cola-like, but I've had worse. And it's not boozy for 8.8%. It's super clean. I'm not even noticing it now. And it's really humid today here, and I was looking at some of my strong, super sweet barrel-aged stouts, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I want to try out this stout glass, and I think I made the perfect choice. It's a little bit lighter bodied. I really would not guess it's 8.0%. Now finally my throat is warming up. Well, this is a really interesting take on some sort of strong imperial stout or something. Very different from like Guinness Foreign Export. That one's not as strong, and that one's a little thicker and very hoppy. This one, the hops are just coming in a little woodsy, a little herbal slightly. But it's mostly just like a imperial stout brewed to be really easy to drink, which is a weird thing to say, but it works, and I would recommend it. It's fun to try something like this. Pretty cool can. But it deserves a 4. Bye.